Hi everyone and welcome to my channel today. So we're going to be talking about what is a really quick, cool, cheap, affordable, and easy way to make your own tarot cards or oracle cards, or some people might want to make their own divine message cards. Anything that you're drawn to today, we're going to show you a really quick way, easy way how to make them personalized for yourself. And someone told me a really easy way to start this process, and this is what got my mind going on this. So she had a video on YouTube, and if I can remember her name, I will definitely give her credit and post it in the information below. But she talked about how she used index cards. Now, because I don't know if you guys, if you guys are starting out into the tarot world and things like that, you guys are starting to get familiar that the real in-depth, really known cards can be a little bit pricey. They can range anywhere from 30, 40. Some of the really known ones can be even more expensive than that per box. And when you really want to start playing with these and you want to start getting more personalized messages, you can start to rack up a bit of money. And especially when you're just learning things like that, you might not want to give readings for other people, but you definitely want to give readings for yourself. And something that's a little bit more personalized to you and myself is definitely something I felt called to have, and something that was a little bit more specific. A lot of the tarot and oracle cards, they can be a little bit giving a range of possibilities, or a general, or an area, I should say, not just general, but an area. I wanted something that was more specific. Yes, no, this is what you need to do. This is what's calling out to you. This is the direct guidance, or especially like in a relationship situation, this is good for you, not good for you. I wanted something that spoke to me personally, and I thought maybe there'd be others that this would be helpful to you as well. So we'll get into how it is that you can start making these. Now there's a few options. Now the first one I mentioned was really quick, really cheap, really simple. It was just getting a bunch of index cards, writing messages on them. Let's say if you wanted to say you're dealing with a relationship issue and you wanted to make a personalized message, whether this person is for you, is not for you. Take a marker, boom, bam, you got, this is not for you. What you want to do is get enough get enough messages of good and bad and different possibilities, so that when you go through this, I feel like you have enough of good and bad, so that it makes it enough of a possibility for what is really calling to you. The other thing I would say is, with this option, the only thing that is a little bit difficult is the shuffling process. I'm a shuffler, and this was the one thing I would say major for me that I did not like about this, was that you can't really shuffle them. If you're more of a person who likes to just pick and choose it intuitively, then these could possibly work for you. Or just getting into it and playing around with it. This is a really good, I would say, step one to try this out for yourself. The other way I would say that was much more what I felt called to was, I also didn't like how, the texture of this wasn't as slick. A lot of tarot cards are really pretty. They have a lot of artwork on them. And I wanted something that felt much more like this. But still gave me the personalization of trying this, and I thought this was a really great start. You can also paste images on these cards too. That was also another thing that the girl recommended, and I thought it was a really cute way to make them personalized to you. But if you want to go a step further and you want them to feel much more like genuine tarot cards or oracle cards, with that nice slick feel, with artwork on them, they're pretty. I'm a little bit girly, so depending on your personality, I found a really cool way, and I stumbled across playing cards. Now, not just regular boring playing cards that you see with the black decks, the red decks, or the blue decks with just the little images. I found genuinely themed, girly playing cards. This one is Tangled. This one is Vampirina. I actually don't know what that is, but she looked really cute and I liked it. Frozen. And how these work is so similar to oracle cards and tarot cards, because they have the really pretty artwork. They feel smooth and slick so that you can, shuffle them. You can spread them out just like the tarot cards. They are the same size as a lot of the regular bigger tarot and oracle cards. And what they also have, which is really cool, is some of them also have artwork already in them, and you can so use these intuitively. You know, these can be something like, this guy looks a little bit of like a Casanova, you know, and especially if you channel the actual movie Tangled, that's pretty much who he is. And this is, you know, more of an innocent girl daydreaming. You know, you can use these messages intuitively. You can use these messages intuitively for yourself on whatever it is that you're going through. You know, she looks like she's daydreaming, contemplating, looking towards the future on something positive coming into her life. There's a castle in the background. She could be reaching, look, and there's a star. She could be reaching for the stars. This is something that you can so use the artwork in here as little extra bonus intuitive messages, and it's already pretty artwork in there. You don't have to do anything. And the other thing that's really cool about these playing cards is, I don't know if you're new into the tarot world, they are separated into 4 suits, just like tarot. You can use these on their own just as a tarot deck. Find the meanings, look up the meanings. They will not obviously come with a meanings box for you, but look up the general meanings, or just honestly sit with the cards and come up with your own meanings. Again, we're talking about them being personalized to you. This is something for you to have just the look and feel of real tarot cards or oracle cards, but you know, customize it to yourself. So the real easy way to do that with this is sit with the cards. I would say go off of the themes. You know, this has a much more lighthearted, maybe relationship theme. This is kind of how I took this. And then, you know, we have some other ones that they have a whole bunch of different styles. This Vampirina, you know, it had a little bit of cutesy feel, but it had a little bit more on the dark side, so you could use that more of like, oh, what's your shadow side talking about, things like that, and go off of whatever feels best for you. But the way to use these is, when you want to customize them and make them a message specifically for you, take a Sharpie marker. It needs to be a Sharpie, because any other marker that's not a Sharpie is not a permanent marker. It's just gonna slick off. And I can tell you this from personal experience. This was one that I did and it wasn't as good, and the whole message just slicked off. So I'm helping you guys out. Don't do my my first method at this, where I kind of failed, and most of my messages that I channeled and tuned in got kind of smudged off. So make sure you get a good quality Sharpie, and you know, then look, you won't have to worry about this. It's nice and clean. It stays on there, and it's really, really simple and convenient. And after that, all you have to do is do the same thing that you would do with a normal tarot deck. You know, sit with it. I would cleanse it. If you know how to cleanse it, you can do it one of 2 ways. You know, get some sage, burn it safely, use something to hold it in, like an ashtray or something like that. And, you know, cleanse the cards. I would cleanse any cards that you use in general when you're using them for personal messages or divination. And I would also, once you've done that, you know, you can also imagine, you know, a protective light, a cleansing light coming from you, from source to the cards. And then I would sit with them. I would definitely do what you do with normal cards. Sit with them, look at the artwork on them, you know, think about what messages that you're needing. I even had some where I doodled little artwork on them. I don't think I have it in front of me right now, but there's so many ways that you can use this, and they're super simple. You know, you can have guidance cards, affirmation cards, things that you're needing to deal with in that moment. And, you know, like I put karmic lessons, I put not worthy of your love. These are things, you know, or you could put, you know, meant for you. You're going to want a good amount of good and bad to balance out what the real message is for you. A lot of, you know, think about the situation that you're dealing with and all the possibilities. If you're going to make this like a romantic, I made this more of like a romantic love guidance deck for myself, especially like, you know, made for each other. These are things that you can channel for yourself and use them. And I would say play around with them a while, sit with them, you know, become what they say, like bonded with your cards. And you can do this for multiple decks. Each one can specify something different for you. And if you guys are curious, I mean, they have so many other themes out there. There's a Frozen theme, you know, this could be torn, you know, in Frozen. If you know the movies, you can attach it to the themes of how it feels. You know, this can be her torn for her freedom and things like that. a higher calling deck. You know, this is definitely the theme of Frozen, is she has a higher calling and she's trying to go for it and she's torn on how to get there and things like that. Or she has powers and, you know, she doesn't know what to do with them. This could definitely be like a more spiritual guidance deck. This is kind of what I took this as. Then they also have these really cute ones that I also found that were smaller sized. And these also, like, I have a mermaids themed deck that they had playing cards. There's a unicorn deck. I even found an Avengers deck for your more masculine energies out there. There's so many of them. There's an Edgar Allan Poe. There's a lot of them. If you go into some of these gaming stores, I actually found these at dollar stores. Oddly enough, most of these I found at like a Dollar General or a Dollar Tree. They were only like $1. Most of these were $1. Some of these might have been $1 or $2. I think most of these were actually $1 because I did see these in other stores, kind of like gaming stores, also for a couple bucks more. So depending on where you find them, you shouldn't pay any more than a few bucks tops. And that's what makes this really awesome, is you can get a huge amount of decks. I think I got like 6 or 7 of these. You can get a huge amount of decks. Oh, they even had Incredibles theme. Huge amount of decks, less than for what you would pay for one of these decks. You know, like this deck costed me about, this deck was $40, $30. This is a huge boost in your collection so that you can feel more rounded. And lastly, I would say that that's everything that you need. Oh, with these, the last thing I was going to mention is that these come with really cute messages on them. This gives an extra little like boost to your deck. These have mermaids don't lose sleep over the opinions of shrimp. Now, of course, it's tied into the mermaid theme, but you can so intuitively use this for yourself. You know, think about this. Like, you can make these personalized messages for you. For me, this takes it as, you know, if mermaids don't lose sleep over the opinions of shrimp, it's like you might be dealing with something that is personal to you. Maybe people are judging you. Maybe you're worried about the opinions of others. You know, you can intuitively use this message and personalize it. It doesn't have to be just so literal. For a mermaid theme, you can take all these messages and make them really speak to you and give you extra guidance. And this is something that I love about these cards. And, you know, again, the fact that they work with all the suits, and, you know, they split into different themes, just like tarot decks. So they can each speak about the mind, the heart, action, and the 3D world, like the pentacles, material stuff. So this is something that works really well. It's super affordable, super easy, and I think that's all I have for you guys. If you try this method, if you like it, if it resonates with you, please let me know below. I'd like to know if this was helpful to anybody. I feel like this is a really cute way to just dabble into it for those who are starting. If you find success with this, again, please let me know. If you've liked this video, please like below, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you can know when I post more videos like this. If you've enjoyed this, please comment below and let me know your experience, if this has been helpful to you and then you found this to be fun and interesting for you as well. I would appreciate it. Lets me know that you guys like this, and I will put more videos out on similar topics. So again, I hope this has been great for you, and I hope you all have a beautiful day, and I will see you next time. Bye.